Good morning, Facebook fam. I'm coming on my private page. Having been here for a while, got my morning coffee in my favorite cups, and I wanted to have a deep conversation today, a big conversation, like right in the morning. The best thing to do is start with this kind of work because it sets you up for the day. You get the energy and alignment. So, but wherever you are in the world, thanks for joining, thanks for watching. And if you're watching this, let me know in the comments what you think and that you actually watched it, so I know it resonates and stuff. But the deep conversation is about the split identity and hyper-independence, right? So this is something I work with. Most of my kind of women in my world, they come from this kind of hyper-independence mindset. So I need to do everything on my own. Everything is like, I'll got this myself. Like, it's like the world treats this as like a virtue. It treats us this is a good thing to be independent, do everything on your own. But here's the thing that comes out to women: we are not designed to do everything on your own. Woman is designed to be taken care of. Woman is designed to be surrendering, relaxing. It doesn't mean she doesn't do any things. She does a lot of things, but she does from the place of alignment. And there is a slight difference between when you start understanding this, when you start working with client and actually see the shit happening. And it's really beautiful to watch how someone like unfolds. It's most of them are afraid of this work and they say like, oh, now I have to kind of embody the feminine principles. And for them, the mind goes right away into, oh my God, I need to chill, I need to do nothing. And the nervous system is gonna go on fire because the first beliefs or first thoughts or first kind of ideas that comes into the mind is like, they're gonna lose everything they have created. And in your nervous system, in your body, that equals to death. So there is no way you're gonna allow yourself to do it, or your body allows you to do it. That's why you're repeating the cycle over again. So this is how you work, like all paradigm. You kind of try to slow down, try to do. I'm just gonna take a break. I'm just gonna take a holiday. You kind of constantly treating the symptom that showed up. Your work, you break down. You have you're too tired. Your body is already like sick and stuff. So you don't wait until that. But the whole paradigm, you kind of, when you get sick, when you have like those too exhausted, you kind of take a break. So this is like keeps the cycle, right? So you don't breaking the cycle. In a new paradigm, you understand you don't even get to the point where like everything's going down. In a new paradigm, you're actually going this. But here's the thing, for those who actually need to hear it. I know your nervous system goes into like, oh my God, I'm gonna lose everything what I've created. So what if I stop? What if I stop doing all the things? What if I I cannot trust people? I cannot trust anybody. Like, no one knows better than me how to do this or that. Like, to surrendering or giving that responsibility that you have been taking care of, like, things to other people, it's like, it's really, really challenging. But eventually, you said, like, but that's why it's like working other way around. You first actually doing energetic work, embodiment work on yourself. So for you to trust or give that responsibility or take the load less, it's going to be natural process. It's not something you have to work with resistance and try to do it and just pretend to be happy, because it's not. So that's why I love about this work so much, because you're not lying to yourself. You're not lying to pretend something, to feel something you're not. So happy independence is a coping mechanism, because deep inside you are hurt. There's a part of you that still hurts. There's a part of you that doesn't feel safe. There's a part of you that feels the world's gonna crush them, or they're not gonna survive, or they're gonna be abandoned or rejected, whatever that you feel, because of the split identity that happened at some point in your life. And the split identity is like crazy beep, because we were beautiful when we were born. We were perfect. We were just perfect and moving, growing, figuring out, learning about life. And then at one point in our lives, someone told us, don't do this, don't do that. Be a good girl, be a good boy, do this, da. And now actually our true self start kind of like split from itself. And you start creating the picture of the human that you should be in order to receive love, right? And that what true self is kind of left somewhere hidden inside of you. It's still there, but like very quiet. Because if you say something, that part of you says something out loud equals whatever, rejection, abandonment, hurt, whatever that is, right? So, and we continue with that kind of fake version of ourselves, and that fake version of ourselves is actually really hurting us, because when we take actions that are not in alignment with that little hidden part, that version of ourselves was just like created, splitted, molded with someone else's opinions, definitions of what success, love, money, body is. You constantly try to mold something yourself into something that you're not, and that causes like alignment gap split. And when alignment gap splits, when opening the alignment gap from where you are, where you want to be, it's like you try to close the gap as much as possible. And this is what I end up with a lot of doing. That's why you take a lot of responsibility. That's why it's just like, oh my God, you think when you're going to close the gap, you're going to get there. I mean, there is nowhere to get to. The only place to get to is to connect to that part of you that is like, it's still inside of you, that core self. And when you connect to that core self and start making decisions in that, the alignment with that core self, this is when you start feeling better. This is when you start feeling that you're going in the direction of your alignment. This is when you start feeling that your body is healing and you start seeing. This is when you're becoming like the pull energy rather than push. So see the difference? We try to make decisions that are in alignment with like, how to say, like a package of someone else's opinions, beliefs, definitions, all of it. It's not in alignment with you, but you're still making your life about it. And you're ignoring that part, which is the key for your success, money, everything to feel like light and beautiful and flowy. So energetics, the work that we do in my world is connecting to that part of you. Shredding all the beliefs, shredding all the opinions, shredding all the nonsense, bullshit that we have collected throughout the years that is not yours, letting that go and connecting to that part of you and actually making decisions with that part of you. And guess what happens? Magic happens. Your anxiety disappears. Somehow you start finding more time in your day. Somehow relationships get better. Somehow you feel less stressed. Somehow you feel like you allow yourself to do certain things more. Somehow your money starts flowing. Somehow It's just like life becomes how it's supposed to be. Life is supposed to have pain, but suffering is an option. So the work is this: shred, connect. And the more you connect, the more you notice how much bullshit you're actually holding on to and you're still carrying it throughout your life. And you choose to cure it because it gives you some sort of security, because this is what you've done for decades. But once you come to the point in your life where you feel your potential, where you feel like, oh my God, like you start seeing people doing different things, you start seeing women doing different things, and you kind of wanting that. You start wanting like bigger things, you want to start bigger relationships, you start like, you kind of know it, but you're still like looking at it, you're not there yet, but like there's a planted seed, a possibility. This is where like, oh my God, you start tipping toe, and just like allow yourself to build a momentum. It's like, okay, so where do I sign up? So where do I learn about it? So what kind of like people I need to support myself with? And you start making decisions that more in alignment with you, and the momentum takes off from there normally. But that's the beautiful journey. The journey is not the money, the career, the business, all of it. The journey is that connection to that. Because once you connect to that, there is nothing else you need. And that's the energy of creating. Because there is no insistence. There is no expectations. There is no, attachment. That's the word. Because that is like you're already full. You're already connected. You can have it all. It's all yours already because you already feel it. And you operate from that energy. And that's a beautiful place to be. So this is like, even saying that is my invitation. If you feel cold, if you feel like you've been feeling your potential, if you've been feeling like, oh, I would like this and I would like more, I'm like da 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 da, it's time. It's time. Whichever you person you pick to work with, whichever your podcast choose to listen to today, whichever journaling prompt you choose to listen to, it's time. There is no more wasting time, because time is now. We don't want to be grandmas and be in the 80s and it's like regret for things we didn't do. And there is nothing that you need to first change on the outside world. It's all internal. Everything is internal.